Today we're playing Merge Tactics, we're playing it on the Mini, and we're pushing to Diamond. We're also getting the Spirit Empress on our Mini, but since, you know, once we get the Spirit Empress, it's over for these peasants. I am 1 win away from the Spirit Empress. You can see she's right there. My beautiful girl. I am ready to get her. Are you ready? Let's go. Why do I always miss the button on the first press? It's really annoying. Start with a Giant Skeleton. I don't really like Giant Skeleton. Of all the ones I can get on the starting hand, Giant Skeleton is not the one I desire. It's not my true love, so I'm going to sell it. My highest priority is just gaining Elixir, because basically I have no way of gaining Elixir since I don't have the Spirit Empress. I can't make any +1 trades by evolving. The only +1 trade is actually getting a 3-star. So 2 stars give you just a net balance. It's neutral in terms of Elixir. It's like free cycling, but that's it. But you do get a +1 from a 3-star. So the only way I know, or the best way I know to gain an Elixir advantage over your opponents, which is really how you win this game. Like, it doesn't matter what comp you have. If you have twice the amount of Elixir as that guy and you use it, right? I'm going to keep the P.E.K.K.A. But all I want is just to get 2 goblins on the field as soon as possible, so I get that free, effectively free 2 Elixir, which is the free goblin, of course. And it will be extra free Elixir if I end up evolving one of the goblins. You can see I got that 3-star Spear Goblin. And I lost the last round, but it's completely not a big deal, especially because I got this juicy ability right here. Got the +4 Elixir for losing. So if I can take a -1 loss, that is one of the best case scenarios. Definitely going to get the XE here. My favorite comp at the moment is actually... I'm going to keep this for the Ace ability, but next turn I'm going to put the Ghost down. My favorite comp for the King, since you have such little Elixir and you can't gain that advantage, is actually going to be the Thrower comp, because you can make it super cheaply. I mean, Thrower comp is just whatever synergies you want for the front line. Doesn't matter. See, I lost the game again, but I'm gonna get the +4. Watch it come in. See, there it is. Beautiful. So, we're just gonna cycle this round because there's nothing in my hand right now. I do eventually want the Goblin Machine, but I'm gonna go with the Knight for now because I don't have enough Elixir to get an actually good Goblin Machine going anyway. So I'm gonna put that on the field. Someone might be blocking the Bomber. We got 1 Bomber on the field. No, I'm just getting very unlucky. I can actually sack the Spear Goblin here because the time it takes to get a 4-star is not worth it, really. Or I found it's not worth it. But yeah, Thrower comp is literally the Bomber, which is 2 Elixir. Spear Goblin, which is 2, and is part of the Goblin synergy, so you get like unlimited. I might keep it now just because I got that one. All I need is a Bomber though. Ooh, there's my Bomber. I can... What can I sell? That's a good front line actually. So I am gonna sell the Knight here and get the Bomber, switch that in. I can move these back 1 now because their range increases by 1 when you get the synergy. And I'll just get that Bomber next turn. I do have a bunch of Elixir though. So now that I've got the synergy, I should be able to win every game I play pretty much. See, there you go. 1 even before the timer went off there. But yeah, I'm going to get this Bomber next turn. See if I can actually get that 4-star Spear Goblin. I'm just going to keep it around because I am 1 away. So if this one... Yep, see, there it is. So may as well keep it around. Go for the RNG. It is a 50% chance to get a Spear Goblin every turn. So if you get lucky, you can get something good going on like that. But now the best possible comp with 6 guys on the field is actually with the Skeleton King. And it's not with the Stabby Goblin either. It's with the... It's, the front line is P.E.K.K.A, Goblin Machine, and Skeleton King. So that's actually the best possible scenario. But it's a very good idea to start off cheaply. As in... It's a very good idea to start off by just getting the Stabby Goblin for the Goblin Synergy instead of the Goblin Machine, right? P.E.K.K.A is pretty much the cheapest ace, so it's fine to just get him. And then any of the Curse guys to synergize with the Bomber actually works. So you could get the Royal Ghost. Even a Giant Skeleton's not that bad, just because it's cheap. And the Skeleton King, of course, you know, when life gives you lemons, I suppose, but... We're just going to grab this here. We're actually just going to put this in and then sack that because I may as well. I'm not going to get 2 synergies anyway. I may as well sack the archer here. Now, what might I want to block? Looks like this guy's playing clan. Yeah, he's going full clan here. The only one he's missing is the Mega Knight. He's missing the Mega Knight. I can just sack that and recycle for the Knight. I am actually, even though this is blocking the Archer, I know, I'm just going to sack it. There you go, I got another one. I do need to cycle and get the Goblin Machine because stunning that Archer Queen at the back is going to be pretty big. So I'm just going to, I keep missing, sack that one. Just going to cycle a bit, see if we can get something going here. There we go. There's a 3-star. I do want the Goblin Machine. Gonna get the Knight down. Sack that Knight. See if we can get another Goblin Machine here. We do take out Gibberish, but of course our real opponent is Gabbo or whatever his name is. Oh, no, that was the clan guy. Okay, this is gonna be a free win then, because only way we lose is that 3-star queen. So we're just gonna take the free win, but in fact, how about this? Since we can't lose, let's just put the Goblin Machine in for fun. So this is the comp that you eventually want to get to. And I don't have to block these clan cards anymore, so they don't matter. I can just cycle through and feel no obligation to keep any of these. Cycle, cycle, cycle. And yeah, looks like he's got the Goblin Machine and he's got the P.E.K.K.A. He does have the Exi as well. So yeah, all of them... And he has them on the field. He could have even had them on the bench. It's very... I find it pretty unlikely that people are going to be blocking. But, you know, you should always assume you're playing against Muhammad Light of Merge Tactics. But it's very unlikely at this trophy range. Especially because we don't have Spirit Empress. But watch this, guys. You ready for this? You drop first of all. Bit of gold. We take that. But watch. Guys, it is going to be smooth sailing from here. Trust me on that. Watch. Boom. Spirit Empress. Now, if you guys don't know, why do I care so much about the Spirit Empress? I'll show you. Check my clan first. I am a fiend for little red icons. But the Spirit Empress, if you don't know, she has this ability. Every merge grants you +1 bonus elixir. So if you don't know that in Merge Tactics, when you merge a card, it will give you +1 elixir. What I mean is that if you equipped this, the Spirit Empress, now those are just skins, you can get her level 1. Like leveling them up doesn't actually make a difference at all. It's only that ability that you get from the ruler. There you go, that ability. Every merge grants you +1 elixir. So now when I merge something, I'm actually going to get 2, which means that every merge is a positive elixir trade. And I'll explain it. So let's say you have a Spear Goblin, right? So you buy it for 2 and now you sell it for 1. Right? Because you sell everything for 1 less than you bought it for. Makes sense? All right. But then you get a second Spear Goblin. So you evolve. Now it's cost you 4. You spent 4 on the Spear Goblin. And you get 2. They'll merge and become a 2-star. Now, when you merge, you're going to get +2 elixir. Right? So you spent 4 and you've got 2. But when you sell it, it's actually going to give you 3. Right? Because it's only 1 less elixir than it cost you to make the whole thing. So overall, you spent 4. And you're going to get 5. So if you just spam evolutions, and this is the best possible strategy, trust me. If you just spam evolutions over and over again, you will win. And I'm about to show you it right now. Here we go. All right, so step 1 is to farm elixir at the start. The best way to farm elixir is to merge, like I was saying, but also get the Goblin Synergy. Synergy is the only synergy that gives you elixir because it gives you a goblet, which can 1, merge, or 2, give you elixir. Or, you know, you could just sell it, or, you know, it's a guy on the field for free, basically, because that's what elixir is all for. It's just to buy stuff. So it's basically giving you 2 free elixir, and like, imagine it, it's like forcing you to spend it on a goblin. See? Free goblin, that would have cost me 2 elixir. So now we're literally just looking for merges, and as soon as we see a merge, we're going to buy it and immediately sell it. Now, I am actually going to put these at the back. Keep in mind that I no longer, since I got this new ability with the evolutions, I no longer have the king ability. So losing gains me absolutely nothing, except takes away from my HP. So if I can avoid a loss, then that would be really good. If I could sack around and to get more elixir next round, you know, like a Goblin Synergy. Goblin Synergy doesn't help you in combat, but it does give you extra elixir. So, you know, you can feel free to sack cards. See, I'm going to sell this immediately, sell that. Just get the cheapest possible card. If you don't know, the interface is actually sorted left to right for the cheapest possible card. So the cheapest one is always on the left. So you can just keep spamming the left until you see a big green up arrow like that. Then you're going to want to hit that and sell the 2-star. And you'll just keep getting positive elixir trades, and you'll just as long as you don't lose early game, which honestly I have been known to do, you will end up winning your games. Especially against these guys with the king. Once it gets to everybody using the Spirit Empress, and trust me, when you get to a certain level, everybody does, it gets a little tougher. But I'm just going to sell all of this. So yeah, I got 28 elixir. Just get the one on the left until you see an up arrow. Sound about right? So really, of course, you want to get your highest star rating guys on the field when you're in combat. So that's pretty much what I do with the star. I don't focus on comp really at all. I just focus on farming elixir. But what you should do is stop farming right before the end of the round, and then just make sure you have all your highest star guys on the field. So really I should have the Valk down, but what I'm actually going to do is just going to sell it all, and I'm going to farm this round. Now I am going to look for the clan comp, because if you guys don't know, clan comp is the best comp in this game. And if you don't know what a comp is just like a set of synergies. So the best synergy in this game is actually the clan synergy. So you can see I got this, and really we do have the +1 team size. So what I can do with the +1 team size is probably actually I don't know what I'm going to do with the +1, because I always forget with the clan. But the clan is basically the 4 clan cards plus Bandit and Mega Knight. So you can see I got the Mega Knight here. I'm going to put him in like that. So you get the Brawler synergy with the Barb and the Mega Knight. You got the Ace synergy, and you got this full synergy. That's the idea, but I do get +1 this turn. That's why I got the Dark Goblin on here. But the Dark Goblin doesn't really give me any synergies. I don't super care about having it on the field there. So I can just sack these. Yeah, I'm not really sure what I want to do with my extra slot. Actually, well, it's not that I haven't thought about it, but I don't know what I actually want. Because this and Noble and Juggernaut, that's just because I have the Knight on the field. So basically the only open synergy is the Ranger. So I can't get... and that's obviously 1 out of 3. And I won the game without even paying attention. But that's only 1 out of 3. And the point about that is that I can't just add 1 and get the 7 guys on the field. Alright, by the way, the strat with party time is basically get as many guys on the field as possible. Of course, you want to prioritize the goblins, but just get cheap. So you get to that 6 as soon as possible. Because, you know, if he has like 2 2-stars and you have 6 1-stars, you're probably just going to win. And you do more damage when you win. So if 4 of your guys survive, you're doing 5 damage at the very start of the game. That's really good for you. So you can get that spear goblin down. I don't have to swap out the bomber or anything. But I got the goblin synergy. So yeah, cheap. In fact, I'm actually going to sack that, take the risk. I'm going to evolve the Valk here because I can get the goblin synergy down. All right. By the end of the round, you do want that goblin synergy. And where you can, you do want to avoid sacking your 1-stars. Because it's not a positive trade. It's just like you buy it for 3, you sell it for 2, right? So it's a -1 trade. When you sell the 2-stars, it's a +1 trade. So you just want to do that as much as possible. So I'm actually going to sack all this here because I've just got this 1-star goblin, so I don't need any more than that, really. I could sack the goblin here, but then I wouldn't have the goblin synergy, so I'm going to opt out. I'm just going to let this happen. And at the start of the game, I don't really care about the damage. This modifier makes it a little bit more difficult, like I was saying, because you have so many more guys on the field. So he's actually going to do 4 damage to me here, which is going to be a little bit annoying. So you take a little bit more damage just with this modifier specifically. But at the start of the game, I am very focused on elixir, and that's all I'm focused on. So if I take some damage to get an elixir advantage, so be it. So I'm just looking for those shiny green arrows. Otherwise, I'm going to buy the cheapest thing. Just trying to get as many 2-stars on the field as possible. I think I've got 6 down. I mean, actually, no, one of my guys is 1-star. I forget which one. But just get as many 2-stars down as possible. And I'm either going to win or not going to take much damage. And that's all I'm concerned about. Now, since I do have quite a lot of elixir right now, I have pretty much a full board of 2-stars. So if I sell this especially, I'm going to get quite a lot of elixir here. So really what I want here is to start going for clan. Now I got to make sure nobody's actually blocking the clan completely. We do have quite a few clan cards. Did I see a 3-star Barb? No, I didn't. I'm delusional. Or maybe he sold it. So I'm going to try and get the clan cards on the field. Wow, yeah, I spent too much time looking at their comps and being delusional. But this is definitely the time I want to start going for that clan comp. I might actually lose because of this, just because I wasn't paying enough attention. Yeah, unfortunately, he did have the Rangers there. And the Rangers shoot so fast that it actually killed my queen before the ability activated. Because if the ability went off, I would have killed at least 2 of those guys, and I would have been safe. But unfortunately, I just wasn't paying enough attention, so I did screw up that round. But in principle, we did the right thing. Now I want to get that goblin, and since I see a goblin, I wouldn't have sold the prince unless I literally had that goblin in my hand, so I can guaranteed get it for next turn. But I did see it, so I'm happy to sack this first round. Do you think I'm going to win against a 2-star P.E.K.K.A. and a Goblin Machine? Hell no. But I'm more than happy to sack this round. Because 1, if you sack a round against the king, then he doesn't get elixir for losing. Which is one of his only ways to get elixir advantages, by the way. So I'm going to sack the Dark Goblin here for sure. Going to get this guy going. Going to sack that. I'm not going to sack the goblins here because... Fuck, I messed up. I was going to say I wasn't going to sack the goblins, and I wasn't until I got that spear goblin, in which case that was actually a mistake because I should have just let the spear goblin go because getting the extra elixir from selling it wasn't worth it because I wasn't going to take advantage of it that turn anyway. Now, you may be thinking, guys, Byron, aren't you going to sack the... Byron, aren't you going to put the barbarian on the field? It's part of the clan comp. Why are you sacking it? Because it's more important to get an elixir advantage than actually build your comp at the start. I'm more than happy to sack things. I'm more than happy to sack the, let's say the Valkyrie or the Barbarian to get that positive elixir trade and build up more elixir and then cycle back to it in the future. Now, it gets a little bit more complicated as the plays go on because people start blocking you and people... start, building that comp for themselves. And then, of course, you can't cycle to it because they have it. If you guys don't know, in this game, there's 4 copies of each card. And that works across all the players. I am going to start... No, I'm not going to start building my comp. Screw it. I'm going to keep farming. And really, the most important card to get in the comp is actually the queen. So I can grab this here. You do want to move the queen a little bit up. And I normally do, just like I did, you can see. Because the queen can hit multiple targets at once, so you want to make sure that she's always getting the maximum possible value. So I am going to live here, and we should be able to build up a very strong comp now. Of course, I'm doing a little bit too much yapping, but you can see we do have quite a few cards going up in here. So we got the Valkyrie coming back. You can get that level 2 Valkyrie, get the level 3 Archer. We're going to get the Mega Knight down. If I could choose between the Mega Knight and the Bandit, I would actually choose the Bandit. I sort of just lost focus and chose the Mega Knight. But we did get it to a 2-star, so it's not so bad. But yeah, you can see we don't have the Bandit on the field. We just have a second Barbarian, which isn't so bad because we have the 3-star Queen. So it's pretty much just GG's from here. Because nobody with a King is going to be able to build up enough elixir counter pretty much a perfect clan comp, which is almost what we have. We have 3 2-stars and 2 3-stars, and one of them is the queen. So it's pretty much over from here. I'm not even going to bother to check what to block. I'm just going to clear space on my bench so I can cycle to my new cards. See if I can get some... Yeah, I have so much elixir that I was selling the 1-stars there. But yeah, like I said, if you can avoid it, then especially... I just missed the bandit again. I'm just trolling this. Fuck, I missed it. Because the thing is that I train my brain to look for green arrows. Just like this one right here, bang. And generally speaking, you should... I like getting evolutions in place of building comps, so... I know I'm going to win this game, so it doesn't really matter, but... You could see my last trade was between an upgrade, like a evolution on the Executioner, I believe it was, or getting another bandit. Normally, I would actually pick the upgrade on the Executioner just so I could sell it and keep cycling. But there are definitely scenarios where I would not do that. There you go, got the 3-star bandit coming in. We might be able to actually get a perfect comp. Actually, is he blocking the Valk? He is. So we can't get that perfect comp. Oh well. Farm up a bit of elixir. May as well. But yeah, you can see it's very, very over for this guy. The only way he could possibly win is if that P.E.K.K.A. somehow snipes my 3-star bandit and prevents the Ghost from getting stunned. Nah, it's over. So, very nice win there. We definitely take it. Pretty much all 3 stars. You can see that's the power of farming. You're going to play again. Let me have a look at my... Alright, let's see here. Cheap. I might have actually liked to get down the archer instead of the knight there. Just because it's going to give me the synergy. And the barbarian does quite a bit more damage than the knight, as far as I remember. I don't know for sure. Gonna get the Valk here, literally just because it's the cheapest. And we could sack the knight here for the archer evolution. In fact, I am going to do it. But I would not recommend doing that, especially at the start of the game, unless you are guaranteed, like it's literally in your hand like that. So if I just sack one knight, one 2-star knight, that's a -1 trade, but then I get the +1 trade from the archer. So I do see it as a good thing, and especially because it's going to make my comp significantly stronger. Going to make me more likely to win. I ended up doing that, and the knight was on the bench anyway. So I can actually just get the queen here. Just because it's very unlikely that I'm going to be able to cycle through. I have 0 goblins on the field. The game has just spoon-fed me the clan comp here. So I may as well take it, win a few games. And yeah, that 4 out of 4 clan ability is very, very strong. So we should be able to take the win here. But especially if I'm able to get another 1-star archer, one of them comes into my hand, I am definitely going to sack that archer. We are actually going to lose here, it looks like. Yeah, the queen ability went off, and looks like we're in a little bit of trouble here. Gonna sack all that, start farming up some elixir. See if we can just get that elixir advantage that we keep talking about. Here's a 3-star. That will do pretty well in our upcoming combat. We're gonna see if we can put these up 1 tile. I didn't need to do it for the archer, but the spear goblin and the bomber actually only have 3 tiles of range, so you do have to put them 1 up. It will put them by default on the back rank. You have to move them 1 up, otherwise they'll have to walk that extra tile, which will waste a little bit of time, of course. So that 3-star knight is the only reason why this is even close. Looks like we are going to survive here. Don't think we're going to win, but yeah, we're going to take this. We're going to survive, which isn't so bad. Of course, it's really good that we survive, but it's not even that bad that we take the loss, because it means, again, he does not get the 4 elixir that he wants. So I am going to sack this here, and I'm going to sack all of this, even though one could say maybe I shouldn't have sacked those last 2 cards, because they were clan comp cards. So I'm going to put this in, and I'll put this in. Alright, I'm pretty happy with this. Now, his comp is actually 2 and 3. So we should be able to take the win here, I believe. Yeah. Gonna get some evolutions going just while we wait. One of my biggest problems... See, modifiers and ruler passives may get you more. One of my biggest problems is actually farming too much elixir, forgetting to win the game, and just losing early game. I hardly ever lose in the late game. That's what I've noticed, so definitely a skill that I'm working on. But you could see there was a barbarian there, or the evolution for the... What's it called? Executioner? But I decided not to take it. See what we can do here. We're going to sack that and that. And then get the P.E.K.K.A. down for the A synergy. Of course, the best possible thing to get would be a Mega Knight. But P.E.K.K.A. is perfectly fine. My phone is really overheating though. And I didn't put on Do Not Disturb, so I'm going to put that on now. 67%. Got a solid amount of battery left. Do take out that guy. So it's a 1v1 against El Supremo. He has the 3-star... So he has a pretty bad comp, except for the fact that he's got the Mega Knight, so he's blocking a lot of that, and he has the Skelly King. So I'm going to sack this. I do need that, and I'm going to sack this. Just to farm up some more elixir. I need... You know, at some point you do need to sell, just to make space. I am actually going to put the Mega Knight in, just because it gives me that one extra synergy with the barbarian. Now, when you're selling 2 stars or 1 stars, let's say you have 5 2 stars you can sell, I try to prioritize selling the higher elixir ones first. So if I have a prince that's 2 star and a knight that's 2 star, see, the queen just clutched that up for me. If I have a 3 cost and a 2 cost, I generally sell the 3 cost first. So you can see, of course I'm going to keep the queen because I want the 3 star, but I've actually sold all my 2 stars. I mean, my 3 stars first. My 3 cost 1 stars, sorry. But I'm going to do it again. See if we can farm some more. Just hit that left arrow button. I do have 53 elixir, so literally none of this matters. All I'm trying to do is get my evolutions. There's 1. So I can just pretty much spam here. I don't even need to hit the big shiny green arrow. I can just sack all of this. See, sometimes I don't pay attention to the fact that I have 56 elixir and I should absolutely prioritize just spamming the hell out of these buttons, cycling through. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to get the P.E.K.K.A, see if I can build up a 3-star P.E.K.K.A, because that would be really good. Because I don't think he was blocking it, but probably should have got the 3-star P.E.K.K.A there just because he was blocking the Mega Knight, so it wasn't worth it for that extra synergy. Oh well, that was a mistake, but at least it's our fault. So the worst thing you want is to just get fed terrible RNG, and then you effectively can't do anything. You're cursed to lose, which is extremely unlikely, especially when you have the Spirit Empress. Definitely going to go with the Spear Goblin and the Stabby Goblin here. Like I said, always get those goblins down early game, because they're not half bad cards. And taking loss early is very important just to farm elixir, because early losses, you take hardly any damage. You know, late game losses, you could take like 7 damage. But early game, you know, let's say first round, assuming there's no modifiers. See, I can sell the Spear Goblin here because I've got a different goblin synergy. I can sell it again, farm some more elixir, and I could have got the bomber down there. In fact, just a farm in my hand, I'm actually just going to buy that. Farm some more. Get some of this down. But you can see I'm really building up an elixir advantage here. Alright, going to get the Dark Goblin. Just getting the cheapest card right now. Farming elixir. And yeah, farming elixir is really simple. Just get the leftmost card. Unless... See, I got the Goblin Synergy, so I can do that. In fact, I might actually do that. Couldn't move it to the front line in time, but that's okay. Hopefully the giant skeleton bomb will clutch up here and actually get me some... I just lose. No. See, again, I think I had a lot of elixir there and I just wasn't paying enough attention. Man, yapping and playing this game is actually pretty difficult. Now, I am going to get the Goblin Machine here, and then I'm instantly going to sack the Mega Knight because I see that there's a Goblin in my hand, but like I mentioned before, if you don't see the Goblin in your hand, don't do that. I also, what I should have done is actually, there was a Dark Goblin in the middle slot there. Instead of the Prince, I should have got that. Sometimes I just click a little bit too fast. But now I'm getting the Evo. Gonna get that down. Evolve that. Sack these. I can definitely get another... very confident in my ability to get another Goblin here, so I'm not afraid to sell it. Now, you can see you really don't get a lot of time in these first rounds, but what do I have on the field? I have the Goblin Synergy, so I'm constantly getting more elixir. I can farm in my hand. You shouldn't be wasting time between the rounds. What you do when you're really good at this game, and I'm only kind of average on my main account, I'm at Diamond. What you do when you're really good is you actually, basically you peek your opponent's comp. Wow, my phone is really lagging right now. But yeah, you can basically peek your opponent's comp by clicking on their name up the top here. And the most important one is that little battle icon with the swords. That's the one you're about to fight. So you can look at his comp, look at where his things are. You can not put your really good cards in front of his P.E.K.K.A so they don't die in one shot. And unfortunately, again, I wasn't paying enough attention. I was just too busy fucking scratching my face. Like, what is wrong with my face? I'm actually going to lock in for this one. I'm going to stop yapping. So, 4-star. Let's see. Cheap. Go for the Evo. Kill that for a Goblin. I definitely would have swapped that for the Stabby if I had the time. But I didn't, and that's okay. I'm going to take Gonna be able to kill that prince, probably? No. It did the rocket and the animation took too long. The prince was on 3 health. Oh well, only 3 damage. Not too unhappy about that. But yeah, honestly, my strategy could use a little bit of refining because I just hard sell all the time without thinking about how much time I have left. I'm gonna do that for the 3-star. I'd rather get that because it synergizes with the goblin machine. In fact, while I'm waiting, I'm gonna sell that. But see, I almost always run out of time in my rounds, when what I really should be doing is leaving a bit of time and looking at the person I'm about to verse, looking at their comp, and just positioning my cards the right way so I have the best possible chance of winning. Because like I said, losing is not good anymore because you don't have that king ability, which is a good thing. This ability is way better, Fusion Foresight. Although I've learnt that the king is not unplayable. Sack that, get the 3-star goblin machine. Now this game is actually really feeding me the thrower comp here, so I might just go with that. And then I could always swap to clan. So it looks like this guy's going assassin comp. It does have the 2-star bandits, that might be slightly blocked. I don't, no, I bought the archer because it's an evolution, but as I was talking about before, the thrower comp's really good, especially because it's cheap. I can just throw down, and I literally have the 3-star goblin machine. So I may as well throw this down, throw this down, throw that down. They're going to sack the knight here. I am actually going to sack the stabby goblin and try and go for a bomber. That's the only card I need. There's the bomber. Put him down instead of the prince, of course. Sack that. Build up the stabby goblins again. And just try and upgrade. The priority to upgrade for the thrower comp is obviously the thrower. So the backline most important. And I would, if there was 2 upgrade buttons, and one of them was for one of the throwers, and one of them was for the front line, I would ignore the front line. No questions about it. But now the last card we want is actually Skelly King. Is that being blocked at all? No, it's not. One of the really annoying things about playing clan is that it's just constantly blocked because everybody, quite a few people know that clan is a really good comp, so they block it a lot. Generally speaking, I try and put my Skelly King off to the side because if you don't know, it does a little splash attack like you can see here. It sort of hits in one tile and then splits off into the 3 behind it. Instead of going front on to the their front line, I like to go side on so that the split might actually hit the guy next to. It's hard to explain, but let's say I have this Skelly King and I put it here and it was hitting the P.E.K.K.A. It would actually also hit the goblin machine, if you see what I mean. But we're absolutely going to win this one. You can see we have all the 3 stars in the world, and remember that you cannot get 4 stars naturally. You have to use modifiers. Stream Elements just put another chat. It's possible I dropped out or something. I don't know. He's going Assassin's Comp. Not going to work, little buddy. I also should, when you have throwers, very important, you need to move them 1 tile back because they do more damage the further they are away from something. So you want them to be at their maximum range as much as possible. So forgot to do that, but just so you know, that is a good thing to do. But yeah, looks like he was actually blocking the P.E.K.K.A. there. That's why I couldn't get it. Anyway, next game. We get a random 5-star. We got the Golden Knight. I'd rather not sell the Golden Knight here because it's a 1-star. That's first of all. So you really get that -1 elixir trade is not as good. As in a 2-star, it's a -1, but it's like, you know, it's 2 5s combined, right? Let's say you have a 2-star champion. It's 5 plus 5 that it costs, but one of the 5s is remained, and then one of the 5 goes to 4. So it's not -2 for the 2 trades you did. It's only -1, so it's a lot better. But definitely going to get the goblin down here. I'm actually just going to go for I got my goblin synergy. I'm just going to go with the Golden Knight next turn. And I'm going to see what happens this round. We did take the loss last round, but it was only a 1-point loss, so I'm not so mad. Dark Goblin is not going to take out the Spear Goblin. Okay, fine. That's cool. Here we go. Gonna grab that Golden Knight, evolve that Spear Goblin. We're gonna sack these 2. Wrong card. I meant to get the Goblin Machine. I screwed that up. Evolve that. There we go. No. but I already have a Dark Goblin, so it won't activate the synergy. Nah, I made a mistake there. That's my fault. Yeah, you really do have to think quickly in this game. We're definitely going to survive this round. We might be able to take out that Mega Knight. I'm pretty confident. I lied. Gonna get the Barb down. Sack that. Gonna sack both of these. Just try and get something going here. Gonna evolve the Golden Boy there. Now, we do have a lot of elixir here, so we probably have an elixir advantage. I may end up going for the ranges here, because we do have a lot of range. Let's see if anyone's blocking. Nope, nobody's blocking. I may as well just go ranges. I've pretty much already done it, so... If you don't know ranges, or the way I play ranges at least, so we're going to sack that Barb, is basically we need a Princess now, and we need a Goblin Machine. So that's that. Here's the Princess. Okay, so that's the full comp ready, and they do have 4 range, so you can put them at the back. In fact, the Princess has 6, but you get the point. I do like to put the Knight in front. I like to arrange it like that, because then you can see the Valkyrie gets extra health from the Juggernaut ability. See how the guys at the back are really speeding up? The idea is just to basically stall everything. Stall everything so that the ranges at the back build up as much speed as possible. That's the idea. Do get that bonus card there. Just going to sack it. Don't need it. See how I could have got the Archer just before, but I got the Evolution instead? Something to note. Evolve the Princess. Going to evolve that. What do we want here? We're going to sack that. Evolve this. See how I have the 4 1-star... I have the Valk. I'm obviously want to keep the Valk because I want to get the 5-star Valk. I have the 4 1-stars on my board, so I'm just selling as a priority the highest elixir ones. Because the 2 stars are the best to evolve, because let's say I get down to low elixir out of principle. See, there's the 3-star Valk. Out of principle, I should be aiming for the small guys. Goblin Machine down. Now, I have so much elixir here that I'm actually just going to prioritize getting the cards that I want. So there's the Princess. Don't need a Bomber, so I can actually sack all of these. What I want is to kill those. Don't need any of these. I do actually have the Knight on the board. I forgot that. Princess, Bomber. Evolve that. Get the Knight down. Okay, so we 3-starred that. Oh, we just win. Okay, so every game I didn't go for clan, I won. So, this is a little bit awkward. Definitely going to go again, though. We're on 55%, man. My phone is getting very hot. Start with a champion. I am going to go with the Spear Goblin here. I'd rather that than the Stabby. Let's see. I'm going to lose anyway, so I'd rather have the Stabby and the Spear. The Queen is just going to win, so I'd rather get the Goblin synergy. I'm only going to take 2 damage anyway, so not mad. Definitely take the synergy there. I didn't sell the Golden Knight because I'm actually going to do this. You can see I got enough elixir by evolving the free Goblin that I got. So now, at the start, I like to get Goblins like that so I can sack the 2-star and know that I'll have the synergy. But you don't have to if you don't want to. I'm going to buy this so that next turn, I know that I can't cycle between turns at the moment. I'm fine to take that loss. I can sack the Dark Goblin now. Sack both of those. Stabby there. Ghost. I'm actually going to put down the Ghost. That's going to be a good play. Going to see if I can farm some more elixir here. Did very well in that round, so I'm not worried. Now, since I pretty much have the whole comp already, I might just go throwers. That's what I might do. Because I have of course, the most important ones, like I mentioned before, are the ones at the back. And then the front ones are just to synergize with the ones at the back and just stall so that they can do the real damage. Remember, I move them 1 tile back because their range increases by 1 and they do more damage the further they are away. Very important. I can get the Goblin Machine here. So, 1, I'm going to put the P.E.K.K.A down because that's what goes there. In theory, I trade that Stabby Goblin for a Goblin Machine, but it's not high enough level yet, so I won't do it just now. I'm actually going to wait for the 3-star. Because a 3-star Stabby Goblin's nothing to be scoffed at. I can get another... What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to sack the Archer and get that and do that. Again, generally I don't sack, especially when I'm low on elixir like this, generally I don't sack 1-stars unless I know I can get an evolution. Or I know I can get a Goblin, for instance. And I'm at the start of the game still, so it's really important. Now, We should be able to take a very convincing win, by the way, this game, because we just have 3-star everything. Sack that. Giant Skelly. So he does have the Goblin Machine there, so he also has the P.E.K.K.A. So maybe I can get a 2-star P.E.K.K.A, but I'm just gonna give up on that Goblin Machine and start farming, basically. Although, now we consider blocking, right? Because block the Skelly King as well. In fact, really the priority to block is actually the ranges at the back, because that's what's gonna win or lose the games. So we block the ranges, block the Goblin Machine, block that, take the win. We blocked his entire comp. So we're gonna go again. We should be climbing up the ranks right about now. But yeah, guys, mid-video, I'm actually adapting my strategy, which is that when I get to that round 3 or whenever I'm about to die, hey friend, I really enjoy your content. You really enjoy my content. And I give you a follow. I'd love to be a friend and fan of yours. If you don't mind, feel free to add me on Discord. Where have you seen me before? I know you just came into the stream. I see you from Twitch. Okay, sweet. Well, hello, my friend. Probably going to get the Stabby Goblin here because I am poor and I'd rather not get the Goblin Machine. Alright, just leave that. Yeah, where'd you first see my content, man? Just curious. This is free throws. That's what that is. I always put the least valuable one in the middle. And I put the other cards as high as possible, generally speaking. Because then that makes sure they're as far, the other guy's cards are as far away as possible and they stay there because they're distracted by the guy at the front. And then my throwers can get maximum value. We take out that guy, he's going to die. Wait, those guys tied. I don't know if you saw it, but it was both red and they both took 1 damage. Yeah, so you can actually tie in this game. When you tie, basically it just makes you both take 1 damage. I'm not going to buy the Goblin Machine. Again, I'm going to avoid it because I just don't have enough elixir to build up that kind of thing. And I need to get cheaper cards so that I can farm quicker. Because let's say I get a merge for the Goblin Machine. How much is the merge going to cost? It's going to cost 4, right? Let's say I get a merge for the Spear Goblin that I bought. How much is the merge going to cost for the Spear Goblin? 2. And I get the same elixir advantage. Because they're both a +1 trade. So I may as well get the cheaper one just so I can do it on the low amount of elixir that I have, if that makes sense. So I'm going to sack that. That was a mistake because I can get the 4-star. So yeah, always think before you do things, kids. So yeah, we got the Goblin synergy and the Undead synergy and the Ace synergy. That's what you want. Technically, the best Undead, in my opinion, is the Skeleton King. And the best Goblin for this is actually the Goblin Machine. And the best Ace, that's debatable. Because possible it's the Bandit or the Mega Knight. Actually, the Mega Knight could be a good idea. Normally you get the P.E.K.K.A so it synergizes with the Goblin Machine. But you already have the Skeleton King to synergize with the Goblin Machine. So, yeah, I'm actually going to get this. Put that there. Upgrade that. Evolution on that. See if we can... No, I'm just going to... Screw the Bandit. I'm going to stick with the P.E.K.K.A. But, you know, if one of them's blocked, that's certainly when you want to change it up. So, that's not my comp, right? Yeah, so this guy's going like all aces or something. No, but one of them has a Mega Knight. Anyway, so this is the only guy left. He's only blocking the Bandit. In fact, I need to block his Bandit. That's what I need to do. I need to sack this. There you go. I do not want him getting that 3-star Bandit. That is not what I want. So, now, what would this be? That will be a Spear Goblin, most likely. So I'm going to put that there. Get the 4-star. And just try and buy some stuff. Sack that. Really good to block the Archer Queen. See, my comp's really good. I have the 4-star. His comp is not good. As in, he has really low star levels. Of course, Clan is the best comp, in my opinion. But it's also pretty expensive. It's relatively expensive. If I can block his stuff, you see my bench. If I have the archers, he can't get him. There's 4 copies of each card, and I had 3 copies of archers. He did have 1 copy, but he wasn't going to get the upgrade because I had them all. That's what blocking is. Next game. All right. I start off with a Royal Ghost. I have to pick the Goblin Machine here just for the Goblin synergy because Becca doesn't have Goblin synergy, and I need it as soon as possible. So next turn, I can just grab that Spear Goblin. And we'll be smooth sailing. Gonna grab the Spear Goblin here. Get that Goblin synergy. Remember to always move it up 1 tile so that it doesn't have to do the walking. Let's have a look here. Yeah, I can't do anything. I'm not bothered, so Just gonna leave it. We do get a solid 7 elixir if we sell that Royal Ghost. But I'm not gonna do it because it's a good card. And I'm happy just to take minor losses like that. Thrower. Alright, we're selling it. Bye-bye. Leave that. See, what I could be doing is, for example, sacking the Spear Goblin there. Because I have a Spear Goblin to replace it, so I'm not going to lose the Thrower synergy. I'm not going to lose the Goblin synergy. And I just get that elixir so I can farm more and build up more. Because, you know, your elixir is compounding. That's the idea. So if you sell it to get more, you might be able to increase your elixir advantage beyond what they can catch up with. Cheap. Sell. Cheap, sell. Packer on the field. Sell. Look at my backline, bro. 3-star, 3-star, 2-star. Like, life is good. 3-star P.E.K.K.A. Spear Goblin. You know what? Maybe Throwers is my favorite comp. Because it's got the goblins. It's very easy to get. Not so many people go for it. And I can always, once I have enough elixir, pivot to clan if I really want to. You know what I'm saying? I mean, maybe I'm just biased because I've been getting lucky. This has worked out very, very well for me. That's all I'm saying. Skeleton King for the Barbarians. Sell the Knight. Goblin Machine. Big Skeleton. Gonna get this guy. On 1 health. Alright, what battery do I have? 47. Alright, what's this guy got? He's got Prince. Okay, this is just gonna be a free win. He has no comp. He's lost. Dollar Tree headset, so free to the public restroom. Literally dog water. And it's pretty much over. See, now is when I might just sell the Spear Goblin for the extra bench space. But I don't think I'm going to get the 4-star. I don't need it. And I'd rather just keep cycling. Sell that. Sell this. That. Sell that. Sell this. That. God damn it. Oh, look at all those 3-star skeletons. Yeah, I had perfect comp right there. Now, this is particularly annoying. But we do get the win. But yeah, have a look at my end screen. Have a look at my my comp there. Look at this. All 3 stars except that Executioner because he was blocking it. Very, very nice win. We're going to go again. Stabby Goblin because it's cheaper. If you can, I always try and get, on the very first turn, I try and get 2 cost cards. So if there's a 2 cost Goblin, Spear Goblin or Stabby Goblin, I try and get that because you have 4 elixir. So you might be able to get a second 2 cost card on the next cycle. But it's RNG. So if you see a Dark Goblin and there's no other goblins, I might just get that. But see, to guarantee the Goblin synergy here, I'd rather just get the expensive Goblin Machine. It's the +1 modifier, so may as well. I could have sacked a 2-star Goblin for a Dark Goblin because there was one in my hand. But I chose not to because I'd rather get more guys on my team. Alright, Stabby Goblin, Spear Goblin. Put it a bit closer to the center, I think. I guess what we're trying to go for, the Executioner, baby. I'd actually rather do this. Put the Exy in the middle. No, normally I put the Bomber in the middle. Because I find that the Bomber, 1, is the least value, and 2, their units are generally clumped to the middle. So if the Bomber targets things towards the middle, it's more likely to splash and get more value. But yeah, and then I find that the Xe sometimes is better to not line up straight. It actually line up to the side, and you might snipe one of their backline troops. So yeah, I normally do it like this. Bomber, more Goblins, Stabby Goblin, sack all this, don't need that. Get more. See, I'm already back to the 3-star, so it was worth the sack. Put the Bandit down for that A synergy, very important. But yeah, now that I think about it, you may as well, actually, instead of the P.E.K.K.A., you may as well get one of the 4 elixir ace cards. So the Mega Knight or the Bandit, if the game is going to give it to you, because they're better abilities. The stuns are much better than the P.E.K.K.A.'s damage. It just depends on what the game feeds you. I'm going to sack the P.E.K.K.A. because I don't really need it there. But I do need the Skelly King. I'm going to put him down. Normally what I tend to do here is actually just go for the Knight. And then I do swap the P.E.K.K.A. for the Bandit, just so I get that Juggernaut 4 synergy. But yeah, the Stabby Goblin I do not need here. It's able to knock that guy out, and I'm definitely going to take another win here. Man, this thrower comp is whooping cheeks, I have to say. And it's not even like the clan comp is definitely better, but it's just harder to get. That's the problem. So now what's he blocking? He's just got a whole bunch of nothing. So probably going to just take another free win here. But there you go. Yeah, put that Skeleton King on the side. I'm out of elixir, so, but I don't really want to sack anything to get more. I mean, I could just cycle the archer, but I'd rather get the Skelly King. In fact, I should cycle the archer, just because I have no elixir to get a 4th Skelly King anyway. Those rockets from the Goblin Machine were absolutely carrying. So, very happy with that W. Nice, guys. We take the win, plus 30 again. Gonna go again. Another match, why not? When I get down to 20% battery though, and I'm doing quite a lot of lagging here, I can tell, I am just going to log off probably. I probably should have put the bomber in the middle. These guys are going to have to run a little bit, yeah. So the archer has longer range, so I probably should have put the bomber in the middle. But also for the reason I mentioned earlier, that bomber normally gets more value in the middle. One of the good things about bomber, that it has a little bit more health than some of the other backline troops. So you can see the 342, it's got 456, but same as the archer. If you think I'm not going thrower here, you're gravely mistaken. Gonna get that going. And yeah, just gonna leave it. I have no elixir anyway. Can't sack anything. Got no evolutions, but I'm pretty happy so far. We got the thrower comp on turn 2. So looking very good. That spear goblin only gonna have to walk 1 tile. We might be able to clutch the win. No, we take a slight loss. That's fine. I want the Mega Knight here for the ace synergy, 1, and because it's a really good stall, and because it's slightly cheaper than the Skeleton King, so I'm going to take it. Unfortunately, we can't get anything else here. I think next turn I will get the Goblin Machine though. I think that's what I'll do. Yeah, I'm probably going to lose this round. Oh, we'll see. The throwers are going to do quite a bit of damage, so we are going to do some... But yeah, that Princess Splash is just going to send me to heaven. Yep, only a 2-point loss though, not mad at all. And again, all these guys, you can see, we're not high ranked, so they're all kings. And that means if I win, then they get plus 4 elixir. So that's not what I want. In fact, one of the best possible scenarios, again, is actually getting that 2-point loss, because the minimum possible loss, and they don't get the elixir. So even though I don't get elixir for losing, they do. So if they win, they're not going to outpace me. But yeah, unfortunately, all I could afford there was that Goblin Machine. I'm still stuck with the 1 star, so I'm really getting outpaced a little bit here. Gonna take another loss. And that was the last loss I can afford. All I can do now is tie, basically. So I'm gonna start getting some elixir here. Gonna sack that for the Dark Goblin, because we can probably get the Spear Goblin back. Sack that. Spear Goblin, there it is. Now, what do I want? I want an ace. No, I have the Mega Knight. I want an undead card, if I can. No, I can't. Alright, well. They both have the clan synergy, but I'd rather the archer on the field, just because I have a board full of stalling anyway. So getting some more free damage with the archer there. Although now that I think about it, maybe that was a mistake, just because the prince is going to splash more things. But we do take the loss there. That was a pretty unlucky game. We get, what the hell is going on? I think my stream keeps, like, crashing or something. Cheap. That's all I want. And we do have that modifier where we start with 6. Again, did you see how the Spear Goblin walked up there? We need to not make that happen. I'm going to take the win, though. 4-point win. Pretty happy with that. Pretty good bonus. Yeah, I mean, I know he gets the 4 elixir for losing. But if you are going to win against the king, you may as well do as much damage as possible. Yep, just going to leave this. Move that up 1 tile. I could have not moved the archer up 1 tile. But I think since my front line is so strong, we'll break through his front line very quickly. And then to get to their back line, the archer will have to move only 1 tile instead of 2. But yeah, technically at the start, it's already in range, so I didn't have to do that. Gonna go for the Goblin Synergy here. Goblin Machine, Stabby Goblin, cycle again, cycle again, cycle again, cycle. Get the throwers going, get that in the middle, that in the middle. That's not what I meant. Why did I move that up 1 tile? I did it again. I'm kind of special. Yeah, once you have the thrower synergy though, what you really don't want to do is actually move the... Okay, that princess is just critting everything, apparently. You can tell something crits because it comes up with a little explosion emoji next to the damage. So let's say this archer's got a 15% chance to crit. You can see that. And that symbol next to the damage it does, next to 79, that will come up next to the red letters that say how much damage something just did. That will come up, and that means it's a crit. So yeah, the more you know. But I'm going to get the giant skeleton here because it'll be better, and I want the synergy. I could have gone for the ace synergy there, but I wasn't quick enough. Going to go for the P.E.K.K.A. Upgrade that. I'll be able to upgrade that giant smelly next turn. Alright, I'm going to sack this. I'm actually going to sack the giant smelly. Put this on the board. Evolve that. Get another P.E.K.K.A. down. Evolve, evolve. Get 3-star P.E.K.K.A. Very good for us. Skelly King down. Sack all this so I can evolve the Skelly King because I don't need it. And yeah, I'm fighting the dead guy anyway. And I've won all my battles because I didn't get unlucky like last game. I don't like to say unlucky because it's still your responsibility for all your wins and all your losses. Because, you know, if you hit no buttons, then you're always going to lose, right? And if you always hit the right buttons on a balance of probabilities, you're going to win more than you lose. You know, you always got to think like the guy at the very top of the Merge Tactics leaderboard, if he was playing this game, would he win? Yes, he would, right? Or almost 100% chance he would. Let's say 99. Even, let's be generous. Let's say 95% chance. What's your chance of winning in every game? Maybe it's like 70, maybe it's 80. You need to get it up. You need to know more strategies. You need to do more correct decisions. You need to get better. But it looks like he doesn't actually have the Rangers comp there, so just going to be a free win against this guy. He was unlucky that he versed me. And this guy is actually blocking. You can see he's got the 3-star archer, so he's blocking the other guy. He couldn't get the Rangers. Isn't that funny? But I'm going to sack that because I can get the bomber here. Because that guy had a 2-star bomber that died. So we can pick up his cards. Because they go, when someone dies, like, I don't think I mentioned this, but when someone dies, all their cards go back in rotation. So I'm actually going to sell this and this because I don't need them. I like to put my cards that I'm actually using more to the left. So it's easy for me to visually understand what I want to keep and what I want to not keep. That's a 2-star. So you can't see the stars when you're in the middle of combat, but you can click on it and you can see up the very top under Prince, it says 2-star. And also you can see that it's 5 cost to sell. And of course the Prince is normally 2 cost to sell. So if it's 5 cost to sell, that means it's a 2-star. My phone is on 38%, so we can go all night, baby. I'm actually just going to check my Twitch stream, see how it's going. But, yeah, it says 8 minutes and 41 seconds live. Something's definitely going down here. Very unusual, but perfectly fine. I'm going to come back here. I know we took the loss, and we could have got the goblin down. That would have been really good. But I was focused on my stream. That's my bad. So I'm going to get this down. Very good start, by the way. Getting the 2-star spear goblin from this modifier. I mean, dark goblin. Very good for me. I'm more than happy with that. Now, next turn, I will put down that P.E.K.K.A. for the ace synergy. We'll see what gets aced. Because it will either... No, it'll be the dark goblin. I'm stupid. I was going to say it'll either be the P.E.K.K.A. or the dark goblin. Because for some reason, I thought the P.E.K.K.A. was 2-star. But it's not. I don't know why I thought that. So, we're going to take the loss there, down to 4 health. But we should be able to recover from this. Best player in Merge Tactics. Would he win this? Can sack that, because now I have the Goblin Synergy. I'm going to sack that just because I need more Elixir, bro. Put that down. Sack that. Get this. Boom. Okay, I'm just going to get throwers. Because if I don't start winning, then I'm cooked. We do stun the P.E.K.K.A. That's really big. Very convincing win there. Very happy with that. So it looks like we are going to be able to recover this game after all. Going to put the bomber in the middle and the spear goblin on the side there. I can get rid of one of these aces. I don't actually need them. I'm going to get rid of that Mega Knight just to get that bomber evolution. Going to kill that after I get the evolution because again I don't need it. 3-star bomber there. I'm going to just put this in for the curse synergy because them having less health is more important to me than whatever other synergy I just had that I forgot. So, suck on that, buddy. Ooh. We actually eliminate this guy. That's very good. So let's see what we need. We need some more spear goblins, but I suspect someone might be blocking it. We'll have to see. Is somebody blocking the spear goblins? There's one. Well, I think it should be all right, actually. I'm going to sack that. There's a spear goblin. There's another spear goblin. We are going to get a synergy. So we've got a curse synergy. We got an ace. So we need a goblin synergy. I'm actually just going to drop the stabby. Because screw it. Let's evolve that. Get the goblin machine. Should I? No, I don't have enough elixir to start building up a goblin machine. So I'm just not going to. Gonna get that giant smelly next turn. And we are looking very good, my friend. Another convincing win against Mr. Skeleton King here. Gonna take him down to 1 HP. He is fighting for life. He's on life support. 3-star stabby goblin. That's very good for us. Dark goblin don't need, so I'm going to sell. I am going to put the spear goblin there to remind me that I actually do want that. Prince. I'm starting to build up a lot of elixir here. So I might start with the Skeleton King. Get some cycling going here. Not going to try and build up a stab goblin because I've already used all of them. As in there's no cards left in the pool to evolve it anyway, so it's a bad idea. But yeah, going to obliterate this dead guy. See, we can see up the top who wins and loses because one of them will turn red and one of them will turn blue. And it will actually say win and loss in the little bar at the bottom. Let's have a look here. You see win and lose? AJ turned red, but it's only a 2-point loss, so he's still in the game. I get a free card there, so I can move the... because I want to keep that. Now all these cards I don't want to keep, and I don't care about, so I'm just going to sack them. Evolve that, do this. Goblin machine, get this, do that, do that, do that, do that. Yeah, my phone is really lagging here. It must be really overheating. But clash on, that's what I say. He is blocking the Goblin Machine and the Skelly King and the P.E.K.K.A. and he is blocking the Executioner. So I'm going to be able to get the P.E.K.K.A., Goblin Machine, and the Skelly King once this guy dies, which is awesome. And he is going to die, trust me on that. Boom. You're out. But I won't be able to get the 3-star Executioner, which is not the end of the world. So Stabby, I'm going to sack all of that, put these two on the field, just to open up my bench base, because I know that I am going to get a bunch of the cards that I want this turn. Sack that to sell it. Sell these, because these are the only ones I want on the other side here. Try and get 3 stars. I can sack the... I missed the... God damn it. Okay, gotta lock in. See if I can get them. I got one. I didn't get the other ones. Okay, it's fine to miss the... It's fine to sack the 1-stars there, because I literally have 30 elixir, so... -1 trade. Doesn't matter at all. I just need to get to the right cards as soon as possible. That's what I need. But we take the win very, very convincingly again. Let's fucking go. And, how many trophies are we at? Let's just, let's do a little check here. How about that? You can see we've got the arrows coming in. I forgot how many rewards I get. Another lucky drop. Might be able to get some more gold here. I really want that, Book of Books, and it ends in 7 hours. New league reached, which is, what is this? Silver 1. Get a P.E.K.K.A. Get the Knight, Spirit Empress, Archers. I'm almost at Silver 2. Alright, very good. Ooh, lots of rewards. Okay, here we go. Lucky drop. Giant chest. I didn't even see what I got. More lucky drops. We get the gold. Lucky drop. Common wild card. That's very good, actually. I'm going to upgrade a few cards. I'll be back. We're almost at 1,000. Of course, to hit diamond, we need 3,500. So we do have quite a way to go, I would say. Richer and richer. Every something. Every 2 elixir you'll gain plus elixir interest next round. So what that actually means is that you see how I have 2 elixir remaining in my hand right now? You'll see it in a second. Yeah, there's the 2 elixir. So what it means is that I'm going to get the usual +4 elixir for this round coming up. And I'm going to get +1 extra because I left 2 in my hand. So it's like a savings account. Imagine it like that. So I did get the goblin there just because I might have been able to get a spear goblin and then get the goblin synergy. So it was worth it to cycle a little bit. Here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the prince. And I'm not going to try and go for another goblin because I'd rather just get the 2 bonus elixir that I will get for keeping this. Alright, I'm up to 10 elixir. Let's see what I can do. Get the barb down here. I'm going to get the evolution instead of the goblin. And see if we can get another goblin going here. There we go. I would rather have the knight down instead of the barbarian, but I didn't get it down in time. That's okay. Just a min-max. I could buy the Valkyrie here to just cycle again, but remember the modifier. I get +1 elixir if I just keep some in my hand. I'm down to 1 health here, unfortunately. Got to lock in. But might be able to get a spear goblin from this. There we go. There's my boy. Coming down. So we're going to get this. Now all we need is an XE. There we go. There's the XE. Put the bomber in the middle. Get the P.E.K.K.A. I'd rather get that down than the 2-star. That's what I reckon, chat. I'm going to get this guy going because I need to cycle more. Knight going because I just have to do it in my hand. And the sooner I get my back line up, so that means I'm going to get the spear goblin here. The sooner I get the back line up, the sooner I am going to be smooth sailing. So I'm going to get that instead. P.E.K.K.A, there you go. I get it anyway. Going to get the giant smelly here and sack that, even though I actually should have put it on the board now that I think about it. Going to get the knight here. I'm going to put that on my board instead, I guess. Can actually get the skeleton king. I am going to put that on. Upgrades, people. Upgrades. Going to evolve that. Going to sack this. I didn't quite get the skeleton king evolution down there, but that's what happens. Sack this in my hand. Do some more trading. Getting pretty lucky with the trades here. Looks like we're down to the very last guy that is here. Well, Rafa is going home. But let's have a look here. What I want to do is put this guy down. Put this guy over here. I don't think I'm going to get that, so I'm not going to bother and wait for that. Let's see if I can sack some more of this. Get this going here. There you go. I got the 3-star down after all. Let's see Rafa. I didn't actually scout him. This guy is going to get whooped. Yeah, this skeleton king is doing work here. I got no deaths on my team, so he takes the full 7 damage. I think the range on the cone radius for the skeleton king is actually increased because it's the max level. But I might be wrong about that. Do not quote me. And the reason you upgrade it is not for the increased range. It's for the increased damage, health, and skeleton level that it spawns. So, sack. Because I have 40 elixir. What I need is P.E.K.K.A, Goblin Machine, and Executioner. He has P.E.K.K.A, but not Goblin Machine or Executioner. So he might be blocking it, I guess, in his hand. Oh, there's the Goblin Machine. I'm just stupid. Okay, just needed to cycle harder, but we're going to take the win. Very convincingly, again. Look at all those skeletons, bro. He is cooked. Gonna take another win there, gonna go again. But yeah, that's the thing about this game, guys, is that a lot of it is compounding. Like, let's say, for example, the Skeleton King. The Skeleton King's abilities are compounding because the more damage it does, the more likely it is to actually get a killing blow on something. And when it gets a killing blow on something, the higher level it is. Hang on, I need to buy the Spear Goblin. The more damage it does, the more likely it is to actually get the killing blow on something instead of the other. The more likely it is to win the 1v1, first of all. The more likely it is to actually be the one to make the killing blow, which is what it needs to activate its ability. And when it does activate its ability, which is more likely since it's higher level, the skeleton's going to be higher level because it's higher level. So it's all just big compounding mess. And that's really what's good about comps, is that you want to pick a comp where all of the abilities, since comp is more of a late game thing anyway, you want to pick a comp where the abilities compound better. So things like Skeleton King, things like Archer Queen, because Archer Queen does more damage, has more health, so it's less likely to die halfway through the ability, the higher level it is. It hits more targets, it does more bonus damage, so it's all just compounding. I actually might get the Dark Goblin here, just to guarantee that Goblin synergy. Might also sack the P.E.K.K.A to get a 2-star, and get this on the field. Get the bomber down. Now all I need is the XE. That guy is a 2-star, but that means there is still somewhere out in the ether. Probably going to sack the knight here as well, just to max cycle to the XE, because I need it right now before this guy scoops it up. No way that guy actually had the synergy. You can see the love hearts on it. So he had the girl synergy. I don't know what it's called, but you know what I mean. Anyway, let's see if we can get an Exy here. My phone lagging is actually very annoying because it means I cycle slower, but we did get the Exy here. I think best case scenario will be to go for the P.E.K.K.A. and put that instead of the Royal Ghost. Put the Royal Ghost on the field next turn, that's no problem. Get this guy going, Exy down, sack that, get the Barb, sack some more stuff, and we've really got our elixir advantage here. We're going to evolve that Exy right now, and evolve the Goblin, which is not super what we want, to be honest. Now, this is a good comp. What I would rather is 1, the Goblin Machine, and 2, the Skeleton King, but I can't get the Skeleton King because it's just a little bit too expensive for me right now. I'm going to sack that and get a Bomber. There we go. There's some action. 3-star Bomber, 3-star Stabby. Life is looking up, boys. Alright, let's have a look here. Oh, that guy got obliterated. What the hell? He might have already been dead. I wasn't paying attention. But he definitely, let's just say that was another convincing win for us. And loss for him. Let's have a look here. Put the Exy to the side just to remember that I want it. Goblin Machine down. Gonna evolve that. Scaly King down. If I get that 2-star, gonna be very happy. I'm gonna sack these, even though I can't necessarily afford it. Yeah, there's the Skelly King. That's why I can't get it, which also means if I kill this guy, I'll be able to get it. Okay, how about this? I'll make you guys a promise, right? What I'm gonna do is I'm going to sack all of my... I'm gonna sack this and this, and just go in and pray that we get the right cards in our hand here. Sack that. Boom. Get that going. Sack that. Get the Scaly King. There's my baby. 3-star Goblin Machine. I can do it, chat. I can do it. Where is it? There we go. Screenshot that. Boom. Got the full comp. Oh my god. My phone is lagging so bad. This is nuts. But here we go. Let's have a look. Yeah, this guy is getting whooped. That Queen ability is doing kind of work. But yeah, he got 2 of our guys down to half health. The rest of them didn't get touched. So, yeah, pretty decisive, I would say. But I believe our stream does say push to diamond on mini. So, of course, I'm not going to get to diamond, but I will play one more game just to get to silver too. But, yeah, it's been a very good push so far. When did I get Spirit Empress? Was it 550? Yes, I pushed 500 trophies just right now. Very good sesh, guys. I wasn't even looking at that. I don't think there was any goblins, though. So I think I made a decent enough decision. Just leave the princess at the back, because it does have a 6-tile range. But, oh, hang on. Wait, the princess is locked onto my Mega Knight, so I'm going to win. Oh, that's really big. Because if it was a 1v1 between the 2-star and 1-star, I'll give you one guess who was going to win. But, yeah, positioning my princess all the way at the back there actually won me that game. So very happy with that. Upgrade the Dark Gobby. Spear Gobby. Sack this just for the Goblin Machine. And I'm just going to leave that actually. What I actually could do is I could sack the Archer on my bench because it's not doing anything. Could sack the 1-star for that guaranteed merge. Like I said, you can do that. It's a viable strat. And even, now that I think about it, probably should have done that. But not a big deal. I'm going to get it now. So, but if I could have taken that win last turn, that would have been good. Put the princess on the bench. We're going to get rid of the Stab Gobby because I've already got the synergy going. Going to get the Exy and the Bomber. Oh, that is clutch. Let's go. All right. Going to be a smooth #1 finish again. So very happy with this. Look at this guy's princesses. I'm actually blocking the 3-star. That's what's funny. He's probably going to lose here, right? Or actually, who knows? That Bomber's going to clutch up though. When I said clutch up, I didn't mean it was actually going to win. I meant like it was going to do work because it was on 1 health and it was splashing both the princesses. But yeah, we do take the slight loss there. If we could eliminate that princess guy, that would be very good, but not today. I'm going to sack the Spear Goblin just because I can get back to another one very easily, as you saw, and I need more cycle power. That's what I need. And Scaly at the front. Bandit. Looks like I'm going to get down a 2-star Bandit next turn. That's very good for us. Are we gonna take the win here? It's gonna be very close. Yeah, we're gonna take the win. Very nice. Who died? Mr. Princess died, and he had archers and princesses. Oh, he actually had the comp, didn't he? Yeah, he had the rangers comp. Interesting that he died, but I can evolve and kill the princess now because he's not hoarding all of them. That little rat. Maybe the bandit is actually the best because it blocks the clan comp, which naturally is the best comp in the game. If you can max it out, that is. You know, if all of the comps were maxed. Oh, actually, if all of the comps were maxed, it's possible the Golden Knight. I don't know if you guys have seen, but there's like a 4 aces Golden Knight, and I think it's Knight is the other last card. If you've seen that one's really good. So this is going... Well, we don't know what this is, actually. Put this here, sack these two. Boom. Start cycling. Sack that. I only have 8 elixirs, so I can't cycle too hard. But I'm going to do it anyway. Giant Smelly. Could keep the Giant Smelly. But I'm not. What am I against? I'm against... Ooh, someone actually... Oh, no, this is the dead guy. I was going to say, like, someone stole his comp. But no. He's still very dead. One of these guys is probably going to die. Brenda's going to die. Now, what did Brenda have? Because I can skip this guy's cards up. He had the XE and the Goblin Machine and the... Bro, he had all the cards that I want. So this is going to be heaven. Sack. Goblin Machine. It's still full. Fuck. Alright, what am I doing? Sack that. Sack that. There's the XE. Boom. There's the Bandit. There's the Goblin Machine. See, I'm telling you, as soon as they die... Blocking is a big deal, you guys, because, yeah, as soon as... You can see the difference as soon as that guy died. I started going mad crazy. Might stop sacking 1 stars because... Oh, I just went anyway. And, that is going to bring our stream to an end. So, if you enjoyed, smash like, smash follow my many viewers. And I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. But yeah, we did push to 1,000. I would keep pushing to diamond, but I don't know why. My phone is like really overheating. Yeah, so something's going on, but yeah. We got the Spirit Empress and we pretty much won every single game. There is no battle log. Oh, this is, yeah, this is just my regular games, but yeah, there's no battle log for merge tactics, so I can't show you that we pretty much won all the games, but so yeah, guys, smash follow, smash like if you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Adios, amigos.